Alrighty, welcome to the 13th episode of the Suds to Success podcast. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Merjon.
And today we're going to be talking about how to make sure your detailing business is profitable. But first, let's start off with, if you haven't liked and subscribed to, even like the video, subscribe to the channel, please do so. If you aren't following us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please do. We always post in there as well. And then a few little things. We do have a website, suds2successpodcast.com. And that's where we have all of our episodes, our links up there, and we do have discounted links or affiliate links to other services that we use in our business and that we kind of promote to you guys and what we'd recommend. The reason why we're doing that is the podcast needs money. Obviously, this isn't free, but it also gives you technology that we both use very well. And if you have questions of that technology, just reach out to us and we will gladly help you with that. I don't think we can always offer that type of support when it starts to get popular and we have a lot of people watching. But right now, for sure, reach out and we'll try our best.
Yes, the calm before the storm.
And we are on all social media. So if you want to see highlights, clips of all of our podcasts, you don't want to stay here for the whole hour long, no problem. We got you. Go look at our shorts on YouTube, Instagram, Reels, Facebook. We have the Reels. And then TikTok, we're on there as well. Suds to Success podcast. Let's roll right into the episode. First, I wanted to start off with, I'm drinking a nice crisp lemonade, and it's obviously branded, of course.
Weird flex, but okay, bud.
Right. Excelsior. So kind of, I guess, profit, and what, in my opinion, a lot of people think profit, you see it when you're slow. I think it kind of, you can hide it when you're slow, because you can, what a lot of people don't get is you can absorb a lot of debt over like a bad month and not even notice. I find it's when you're busy, you realize if you have profit or not. So you're putting more money out, you're pulling more money in, money's just floating around over the place, and you're like, oh, and then at the end of the month, like, where did it all go? Like, like I paid everything. We were so busy, but we have no money left. Like, where? So I guess kind of we'll go into that. But first, how is your April going so far?
Oh, pretty good. I had a nice morning call with Andrew, raged a little bit. I've had 3 cancellations, but and over, like, I don't know what it is. The start of 2025, I just randomly started getting them. All of 2024, not one. Literally not one. I was like, okay, I never thought anything about it. Started 2025, and then 3 this month already. We're on the 16th. There was one bigger job and 2 interiors and whatever exterior details. And I was like, kind of got fed up. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start charging deposit. 1, shoos away all the customers I don't want anyway. And 2, if they're already willing to put a deposit, chances are they're willing to come to your shop on the day they scheduled. So I thought about that, and I'm going to do that. But in terms of, it's getting busier, thankfully. I'm getting a little bit more money to play with and order some new stuff. And
do you realize why? So you're getting busier. There's people that are getting slower. Like, that's a thing right now. Like, not as much people have. Yeah, not as much people have as much money to spend on detailing right now because of all the economic stuff, and we don't talk about that. No, but that is a thing. Like, stuff's costing a lot of money. 100%. So, do you ever look back and realize why you're getting busier when other people are getting slower?
2 things. All the things, I'm going to glaze you a little bit. All the things you taught me over the last year. And honestly, just sticking to making a change. It's a lot of repeat customers right now. This is the time of year usually is when a lot of them just, like, I have people call me, you're still doing detailing on whatever address is? I'm like, yeah. Like, okay, how much for this? Okay. All right, book me in. Okay. I get a lot of people calling me up. What's up, bud? What's up, buddy? What are you doing? How you doing? How's the bit? Whatever. And then the book in and we'll get them going. New customers, I feel like right now, we were just talking about this earlier today. It's right around the holiday season. People are shopping around. So I'm getting a lot of calls, but it isn't like the summer. I'm getting a lot of calls and booking a lot of people. So I'm getting a lot of calls and trying to sell.
Price shoppers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a waste of time. This time of year is always like this. And this is, if I can give you a big piece of advice that's always worked in my business, is whenever there's a holiday, book it off. Because this is what you deal with around holidays. So Easter's, as we're recording this, Easter's this weekend. It's going to be a week later because we record them the week before. But I always book off like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, like as much as I can. The reason why is this. around holidays, people's brains just disappear. Like they're like, oh, I want to book this. I'll tell you a story happened today right before I left. And I'm convinced that I don't know what kind of moons we have that align around holidays, but it just screws everything right up. And my business, it just does. Like weird stuff happens. Lady calls me, and we'll get into profitability, but I wanted to kind of talk about this. Lady calls me and goes, hi, I'd like to cancel my appointment for tomorrow. I'm like, I look at my calendar, like, these are all existing. I'm like, who are you? My name is whatever. It's under Zach is my son's name. Like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, you got the wrong place, lady. Like, you know, she goes, no, I could have sworn it was Excelsior Auto Detailing. I'm like, no. She goes, yeah, you took a deposit. I go, okay. I'm like, the only way we take deposit usually is online booking. Like, all right, well, let me double check. She goes, okay, I want to call you back. I want to pull up my credit card and see. I'm like, yeah, check your card. She goes, yeah, you're at, it says our address. I'm like, yes. She goes, yeah, you billed me $51. I'm like, when did we bill you? Sunday. I look in your able, nothing. Look in Square, yep, we billed her $51 on Sunday. She went through the online booking, and for some reason, it screwed right up, and it didn't even keep her information in your able, and just disappeared. So I'm like, oh, well, thank you for canceling because I wouldn't have been able to do your card tomorrow. Now, a few things. I reach out to your able. I'm like, yo, like, this is a problem. Like, this is something where, like, I will get rid of your online booking because, like, I'm not, they're like, it happens very rarely. I mean, extremely rarely. And it's just because, like, what essentially happened here is this bug that happened that never ever happens. They're like, we cannot even pin it down because it's so rare. I'm like, okay. And then, this is a few things I do in my online booking. On our online store, it says we will reach out to you within 24 hours, you know, then we'll confirm your appointment. Your appointment that you select is just, you know, a recommendation. It's not saying that like you have this date. So booked it on Sunday. She's now calling us on Wednesday, pretty much Thursday, to cancel the day before. If you were a customer and you were of 100% normal you paid me $50 on Sunday night and you didn't hear from me on Tuesday, by Tuesday, would you call?
Oh, I'd walk up. I'd walk in the building.
Yeah. So they didn't reach out at all. So there's a few things. Number one, I just blame that it's because it's a holiday and everyone's all messed up. Number two, they're canceling anyway. So I'm really not that worried about that. But the other thing too is that has to be fixed. Like, so now I'm looking at different ways to like track my Square through Zapier to make sure. Like your able's like, this doesn't happen. So I'm like, I'm shutting this sucker down. Like I'm not swearing to them, but I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. Like, you know, like we just started this stupid online store. I'm like, I'm not dealing with people that think they're gonna come. They're not. Yeah. So in business, you can blame everybody else. You can't. But I'm a big fan of blaming myself because Square sends me an email every day saying you made this amount of dollars. They sent me one on Sunday. I didn't realize. So in my opinion, that's my fault. Now, if this booked during a weekday when we're open, no, I'm not going to know. Like, I'm not going to know dollars and cents exactly like how much we make. So a few things I'm going to be doing from here on kind of to deal with this. Is it your able's fault? I don't think so. I think it's just such a rare error. But what I'm going to do is I can go in Zapier and I can make it so if I get any Square transactions after a certain hour or on certain days, it sends me a text right away. So it's going to be a fail safe for a little bit just to see and make sure this doesn't happen again. I don't think it will happen again. Like they said, this will never happen to you again. I'm like, okay. So out of everything, weird stuff happens. You get weird complaints that make no sense. I haven't got complaints, but I've gotten people that question a few things that we've been doing. And it's not our fault. But like I had a customer say, like, oh, my coding's not beating anymore. And you kind of just look and you're like, when did you wash this car? I asked for their techniques and it's like, yeah, I put soap on it. I'm like, well, that's not a decon wash. Like, I'm like, you need water spot remover. Like, there's an iron remover, whatever. I'm like, nope, the soap's good enough. I'm like, no. So, like, how you deal with that problem is you say, okay, well, we're doing the maintenance on it. I said, if it doesn't work, I'll recoat the doors. So that's no big deal. Or if it does, then we're good to go. And that is what it is. So, you know, that's kind of how you do it. But profitability, kind of to get off that story. And it's just been like lately, it's felt
crazy.
like work. Yeah,
Yeah, it's been,
this week, and it's not even been like we're not making a crazy amount of money this week because we're only working 3 days because we're off for the holidays. It's felt like I've been working a week and a half. Like I've only been like literally yesterday and today because we're closed Sunday, Monday. Yesterday and today, and it feels like both days. I'm like, oh, like you can just feel like the energy's off. Like we're working hard, designing a lot of stuff on the back, and then we were talking about today. And what my goal is because I'm really into profit right now and seeing how much we're making an hour, how much we're making versus labor, how much are we paying, how much like where's all of our money going. So I want to make sure like we're spending it right. So the first thing I always do in profit is you got to know what you need to make an hour to be profitable. So, for example, you should be making at least $120 an hour to be profitable minimum, usually to cover everything. So that would be that's just a rough number. Is there a way you can calculate this in a spreadsheet? So how you get this number is going to be like your rent divided by your work hours. Then it's going to be your
oh yeah.
and it's going to be you also need to save 10% for the business. So like if something breaks, you want to obviously have money set aside. You also want to fund that if you get sick, you need to pay you. Obviously, that's important. So you have to kind of settle that up. There was a great video on this, how to kind of put this into a spreadsheet. So Ivan LaCroix on the Detailers Business Academy. His one video, I think he jokes is his least viewed videos because detailers could care less about being profitable, but they'll close by the time they look at the video anyway. Yeah, but there's tons of different videos out there in terms of like a spreadsheet. Spreadsheets are my best friend. I like to know numbers. I need to know my numbers. So I need to know how much my expenses are every month. And do you have that?
Honestly, I don't have too many expenses to the point where I have to I write them down. I know what I spend, but they're not written down. No.
Okay. You need to write them down.
Yeah.
Because this is what this does is let's say, your expenses are for your business, let's say $10,000 a month, whatever it is. It doesn't, whatever, right?
Maybe for you.
Which, and mine's more. But if that's your number, let's say 10,000, what that does is it mentally puts in your head, okay, I need to make at least $10,000.
Yeah.
And then magically you will make $10,000. The more you spend, usually, if you're good, the more you make. But it's also you see opportunities differently. So like when you might give someone a free glass coating. So you're like, okay, this is like let's say it's a ceramic coating. I need to make $10,000 in a month. This is $1,000. Okay, I only have to do this 9 more times.
Yeah.
Right? It's like it puts it in your head. It makes you think differently. Few things that I like to do. So I'm always looking at different ways to save money in terms not cutting corners, but just ways that like I always evaluate our expenses going out. What can we do to save money and not compromise service? And this is important because as a business, you have a lot of expenses. I pay a lot of people. Like in terms of like just different things. Internet's a big one. For businesses, when you're on a business property, I'm paying at least double the amount that a house pays for internet.
Yeah.
At least I'm paying 3 times the amount because I'm in a commercial area. When there's houses literally behind me, but I'm in a commercial area. So now we're looking at a different provider that will give us house rates for our business. Now you look at a few things. Let's say it saves me $80. All right, whatever the number is. Let's say $80. Does it compromise service? The company I'm with now, fantastic. If I have a problem, they're local. They'll come out right now. The new company, not local.
Ooh.
So it could take a few days. Does that matter in my business? Yes, because if my internet's down, sure, we can use our phones. I mean, we have a lot of data on our phones. But if my internet's down, I'm not happy. My security cameras are down. My everything's down. My alarm's on battery backup and on cellular now. So is the $80 savings worth it? My opinion, no, because who I'm with is reliable. But I go through everything. I go through all of our subscriptions because over time we have a lot of subscriptions. I look at, do I need to be paying $20 a month to put captions on videos? No, like we have the software for the podcast. I'm like, well, I messaged Roshan. I'm like, how much do we pay for this? He goes, oh yeah, we got it already. I'm like, well, why am I not using it? Like, why am I paying $20? And it sounds stupid. You're like, well, it's only $20. You can't afford it. But over the year, that's $200.
I was gonna say like that's what they get you a lower price, and then it's kind of like every month.
But it's
you forget about it.
But it's also I got bills that are bigger. Like I mean,
no, of course,
my CRM, I'm paying like for everything with the CRM, I'm paying like $500 a month.
Yeah.
So when you look at that, and now, do I get $500 worth of it? Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I use it for.
Yeah.
I squeeze every single dime I can out of it, right? But like it's still like that is a bill. Like so, I look at literally everything is how can we make our expenses the least amount. The one time I do not look at expenses, my labor. It sounds stupid, and a lot of businesses do. I look at we got to make sure we're making enough. I'm never trying to cut my labor hours.
Mhm.
Ever. I mean, yeah, I have employees that are part-time, but my goal is never like, how can I get the most work out of them for the cheapest amount?
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
no, how can I pay them the most so they're the happiest and they stay? So I'm never looking at like, oh, I should lay this employee off. It's like, no, like how do I get this? How can I cut everyone else without keeping my employees as happy as I can with the same amount of money, which we usually do. So how you're looking at profitability is you want to get the best deals for things without compromising service. I'm not one to pick cheap vendors. I'm
Mhm.
not. Like I'm not the type of guy that if I'm doing a renovation on my building, I'm not going the cheapest guy.
No
I'm
way.
just not. That's not who I am. I'm going to go for either the most expensive or middle range. That's giving me the most value. I'm not the type of business that's going to be like, hey, let's say you're painting a floor. Some guy comes in at 8,000, one guy comes in at 2, the other everyone else like 6, 7. I'm gonna go with one of the 6 or 7. I'm not going with the $2,000 guy because how is he doing it? And you learn this by being in a service business. So
Mhm.
detailing, let's say detailing ceramic coatings. You have one shop charging 500, you have us charging 15, 2,000, 3,000, wherever you're at. There's a reason why that guy is only charging $500.
Oh, yeah.
Something's not right.
Adding up.
Like, yeah, something's a little different there.
I had a customer tell me that one time.
Yeah, and it's true.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't look at, like making my service. I raise my prices accordingly. So that's something I do. I always raise my pricing. What that does is it everything else has gone up. So I also look at pricing. I keep tabs on our inventory prices, I keep tabs on chemical costs, I keep tabs on our expenses.
Mhm.
As our expenses go up like this, in terms of even labor, as labor goes up too, as it goes up, my prices better be mapping the same way. If they're going like this and they're plateauing, that's not good. The only time I didn't raise my prices yearly is when I first moved to my new shop. I kept them the same for a year. Reason why I did that was I wanted my existing customers to come over and not feel any differences. And like I had
Mhm.
a customer like, you didn't raise your prices. I'm like, no, I didn't. Why? I go, because I'd rather make an extra $20 a car less to keep you here and realize that I was planning for this the whole time you were paying a premium where I was. And then the guy's like, oh, that's actually smart. I'm like, yes, I needed this card to charge you premium prices when I was in a garage behind a house because I was building this.
Mhm.
Oh, and like once you kind of establish a customer base where I'm at now, I'm like, yeah, raise the prices. Like
Mhm.
we need to. You can't charge the same at 2.5 car garage. I'm charging at 3,000 square feet
No, no,
on the
no.
busiest
No
street
way.
in the city. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's not how that goes. The other thing you got to kind of focus on is your vendors. So I went over kind of bills. I like group rates, and Urjan, we kind of do a lot of this together. I have a lot of other local detailers. You guys all know we kind of work together with other detailers. The biggest reason to work with other detailers is number one, this is my favorite part. We get cheaper prices on products. And so let's say your chemical costs are $5,000 a year. You group up with 4 shops, now they're 20. So when I come to a vendor and I say, hey, so and so, I own this business. I'm planning to purchase this amount of dollars a year with you. What kind of deals do you offer for professionals? And they go, oh, you shouldn't have asked, whatever. You should have asked, whatever, this type of thing. This is our plan. We don't really advertise it to other people, but yeah, we'll give you 20% off. Okay, great. You not realize like every vendor we deal with, just by me asking, what do you offer for what
Mhm.
do you offer for professionals? We save 10 to 20% just by me asking that
Yeah.
and saying I have this buying power and this is what my company buys. Do they need to know that I have a group of detailers buying it? Do they care? No,
No.
because they're still selling the same amount of product. Let me have my lemonade here one sec.
I think what it does also too is it keeps the quality of everybody around you good as well when you do that. It's like me and you. If we're ordering, I don't know, let's say for example, I'm ordering Chemical Guys and you're ordering DIY or whatever it might be.
Mhm.
Um, it's like we're getting completely two different like ballpark of products. Not to say
And
one's better than the other.
services. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're charging the same price, but I'm getting cheap product, which is doing a cheap job, and I'm taking longer to do. Like, for example, like DIY all clean. Like when you showed me that, I was like, bro, sometimes I'm not even cleaning the wheels. Like I'm not getting down and freaking scrubbing everything. I'm like, I swear to God, I'm like, bro, like I'm telling you something, like, bro, sometimes like most cars that come in for us is not too bad. Thankfully. Now
But why? Say that part.
the price goes up and you
Yeah.
get better customers. You get
Yeah.
customers that actually care and value your service, right? So it's like, anyway, so to go back to like the product thing, it's like, let's say if I had Diablo wheel cleaner, respectfully, I don't like that thing. Never
I
worked for
used to
me.
use it.
I
Oh,
used to as well, all the time, and it never worked for me. I don't know why. I would spray the whole bottle on there. It would
yeah.
not work.
Also, how are you diluting it, buddy? Or you just putting a bunch of
I got the
water and a
ready.
little
I
bit of.
got the ready to use one. I don't know.
Oh,
The one from
okay.
Walmart. This is a
That's not
story
ready
for
to use.
last. I don't know.
That's
It was in the beginning, brother. I don't know. Anyways,
you dilute it 10-1.
well, dude, when I was, Ivan, if you're watching this, just close your ears for a second. When I was diluting all clean wrong, it was working better than I could think. I remember I told you, I was like, bro, I'm like, I didn't think anything of it. It still works really good.
Oh
And then when I
boy.
started diluting it properly, it worked even better. So I mean, like, it's like so that wheel. Let's say 5 minutes on each wheel. Sometimes I don't have to do it. So let's say I spray it on, I foam the car, I wash it with the bucket. By the time I'm done washing, it's ready to rinse off. I rinse it off and it's clean. The rubber's clean. The freaking everything's clean. And I'm like, wow. So I just saved 20 minutes on all the wheels,
Yep.
charging the same amount of brand money. And it's like that's how I view profit is like if you can cut down your time and still obviously provide great results. Like if you know if I have to touch up, I touch
Yeah,
up.
we're not saying do. I'm not saying go
Cut
cheap,
corners.
and then no, not at all. It's how do you look at how can I save money while offering the same service, and it's more so. There's no other way. It's just kind of sucking it up, and I always go after my vendors first. It's like, hey, so and so, I've been with you for this long. Do you offer professional pricing? And they'll be like, yes, no. If they say no, I'll be like, okay, respectfully, I'm gonna go somewhere else that does.
Yeah.
And I've left vendors. Like there's one in Canada that would not give us any professional rates. I'm like,
Uh,
I've been with you for 3 years. I've no problem paying like your price by like I'm getting offered 15% off from this company. And I go, I'll send you the email. Like it's not, I'm not lying to you.
yeah.
And they're like, no, we won't do it. Go, okay. Moved over to the other company. And I love them. They're easy to deal with. I get stuff quicker. And it's not about um, you know, like making the other place lose money. It's this one's smarter. They realize that I'm buying in big amounts, usually, let's do it. And then when it kind of gets you in the brain set is like with let's say Owner's Pride, I'm a distributor for Owner's Pride. So let's say when you guys order, yeah, we get commission for that. Like I'm selling it to you as we should. I'm literally we don't make money on the other stuff. So like when I order it from like a big supplier, I give you ticket price.
Yeah.
So I like we get a discounted rate. You're getting the discounted rate. It's not like that. With Owner's Pride, we make money, and the reason why is we should be. I mean, like it's not the amount of work it goes into to build an online store, to make sure all the billing is right, to navigate all that, make sure we order all the stuff right. It's no big deal. I mean, we're ordering a lot of stuff anyway, but I mean, yeah, like it is a job.
Make your money,
So,
bro. Yeah.
right. The next thing is going to be your average ticket price, and how can you adjust this? This is a big one.
Ooh.
So, what's your average ticket price, Urjan?
I would say
Is this off the top of your head, or did you pull it out of your able?
how do you check on your able?
So, you'd go on your able, you go to analytics, you would so do a year. So you do like a year from now, like previous. You then will see the total amount of money you made in that year, divide it by the amount of jobs you did. So they'll say that all in there. This is the easiest way to make more money is adjust your average ticket price. So when a customer comes in,
Wait, I'm sorry. You go where?
analytics,
Okay.
then it will be completed jobs. It should be on there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Put the date from a year, like a year old.
Okay.
And then you'll
My
see the
bad, we're
amount of
doing
jobs you've
raw
done.
time.
Yeah. The
April,
amount, you'll
so
see the amount of jobs that were done, and then it'll say the total price of everything you've made. So you divide that price by the amount of jobs, you'll get your average ticket price.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Let's just go May.
So while he's doing that, what your average ticket price is let's say you do 100 jobs, you do $100 each job, your average ticket price $100. So you want to make sure, like, pretty much what's the most common price that people are paying to leave. You want to increase this as much as you can, and it could be by doing a lot of services. What is
around
it?
$400.
Okay, that's not bad. You want
Yeah.
to make that closer to 800 to 1,000.
Yeah, of course. That's the goal this year.
So yeah, so why that's important is, and how you do this is pretty much increasing services. So how can I make this the most common thing? Because, like, let's say my average ticket price, let's say, is $1,200. When every job's $12,000, once you have that, you can replicate it quicker. So I'm doing so many jobs that it's this. Let's say it's $900, like whatever mine is. I can take a look. The more you get that, the more money you're going to make quicker, because it's the average price you're charging. Okay, how do you do that? It's literally could be by how I start is upselling people for things that they need, and don't feel guilty doing that. So what I always do, wiper blades and cabin filters. Always, my employees check them. They get paid commission to check them. Then they get paid commission when they sell them. So if, let's say, one of them's detailing a car, they instantly go on YouTube, how to get cabin filter out of a Ford F-150. If it takes a while or it's a pain, they won't check it. If it's right behind the glove box, they'll check it. So let's say like a Dodge Ram, look up Dodge Ram cabin filter and be like, oh, it just pulled the glove box out. It takes, she goes, okay, great. Taylor, go in there, pull the glove box out. She's watching YouTube, pull it out. It's full of leaves. She'll then bring it to me, go, look at this cabin filter. Should we replace it? Yes. Okay, great. Leave it on the table. I'll take a picture, send the customer. I then look at our auto parts store, which will deliver the filters to us. Let's say that our cost is $10. It'll say our cost, customer cost. So the customer cost $28. Okay, great. Our cost, let's say, is $10. So we're making $18 profit on the part. We then charge $35 for our labor to replace it and our labor to get the part. Okay. So now we're making, what would that be? Let's say 50 something dollars we're making a profit. I then spend and give the employee that's installing it and dealing with it 20% of our profit. What does that do? Some people are like, oh, you're losing 20%. No, I went from selling one cabin filter a week to about 10. Because my employees making what your employees make in a day and commission just by doing their job.
Yeah.
And they're getting hourly. So they're getting hourly and commission. So what this is doing is this is kind of making an environment where they're checking all the things they can do to make money. And this is where I'm going to really expand this program. It's going to be everything. Anything they can upsell. If they think the car needs wax and they're like, Andrew, call this customer for wax. Well, I'll call them. And most of the time, like even like me, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And I'll just text them, be like, hey, or I'll call them, be like, hey, your car's kind of rough. Like, it's contaminated. You should wax. Okay, great, wax it. Like,
and it's like you would have lost that money if you never asked.
Right. But it's
crazy.
Because now that I have the employees who are like, listen, like I want the money, like let's go. Then it really makes me do it. And it's like you're not selling stuff that they don't need. Like I'm not being dishonest.
No,
it's literally like they need these things. So it's like the cabin filters. They need it. You send them a picture of this like destroyed cabin filter, and it's like, yeah, it's $65. They're like, yeah, obviously add it on. I'm paying $250 for the detail. It's like, well, yeah. And then the employee's happy. They're installing it. I'm not touching it. It's literally being done. I check it over and make sure the cabin filter is in the right spot and whatever. And then, yeah, it's done. So then what that does is each time you add more upsells, it raises your average ticket price, which is what you're going for. What are you doing to Well, I guess you're already tracking it. You have your able. What are you doing? I guess what's your plan this year to track your profit or how much money you're making? Because now this is the time when you really have to start doing that because you're paying taxes. You have an employee now, so you're paying him. How are you doing that? Like, what do you do your plan? Like, do you have a spreadsheet? Are you just kind of
No,
just winging
I'll be
it?
honest with you. No, I'm winging it straight up.
Okay,
Like,
so that's
like
probably most of our viewers.
yeah, straight up winging it. Like I said, for me, you could call me small-minded, I guess. What did you
No,
say
you're
last
new.
episode? With the last episode, I don't think of all your cylinders are firing.
Yeah.
That was funny when I was editing. I was dying. But for me, it's like okay, we have a ceramic coating. Let's say $1,100. If I can get that done one day, or let's say whatever, 6 hours, 7 hours. If I get it done all in that time, brother, that's a good day. But also, it's if I have that only for that week, like let's say if I only have one ceramic coating the whole week, I have no other jobs. For me, it's like, okay, bro, you're losing out because you're not making anything the other days. You know, I mean, in terms of would I even out? Maybe, probably. I don't think so. I wouldn't actually, but it's like if I'm booked up every single day, I have a job. Let's say the average ticket price of $350, $400, $500, $600, whatever it might be, and like it's going like this. At some point, I'll even out. I don't know. That's how I kind of think about it.
Yeah.
I've never gotten to the numbers of it.
You know how other people even out, they go bankrupt because they don't know their numbers.
See, for me, I always check, obviously check the bank, make sure all my bills are paid. I know how much I pay for all the bills. I know what I need every month to like what is it called? To just break even, I guess you could say.
Okay. So you're at the point now where you have to start putting it on paper.
Yeah, you're right.
Because when you're by yourself, yeah, you can get away with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is a
I
few
know.
things you have to think about.
Before I cut you off, I noticed with having employee, I really started to like I'm tracking like okay, I gotta pay him this much on this day, this, whatever, and then it's grouping it up, and I'm like, holy,
Yeah.
So it's like that's one thing I kind of wanted to get started into.
So a few things by putting it on paper. You can see how much, you don't have to think about it. I know
Mhm.
when I punch in how many hours I paid, it auto calculates how much I need to make for the month. So I have an idea. I can also forecast it. So I can be like, okay, I needed it for these 2 weeks. I'm planning to pay this amount of money these 2 weeks. How do I, like, how much money do I need to make?
Mhm.
What it does also when you put it on paper is I know how much money we're going to make every single month because I've been doing it for 5 years. So I know which
Yeah.
months dip. I know which months go up. I know our average increase amount. I know it all. It's all, I have all the data. So I know that, sure, the next 3 months are great. July sucks. So save extra money for July. Or I know hours are going to be less. Or I know we're going to take a vacation. I know all those things because I have it all on paper.
Mhm.
So I'm not worried. I know it all. I literally can just look. Okay, like let's say we're doing the training that we have coming up. I'm like, okay, so that's an investment for us, for my business and yours. Okay, when's the best time to spend it? I look. So obviously we have debt to pay off. We have everything. I look. Okay, right next month, May is your busiest month usually every year in terms of money. All right, time's right now
Yeah.
because we got to do it when we're not busy yet. The other thing is we'll be able to easily pay it off because we'll be busy.
Yes.
And I want that service when we're busy. So I want to now upsell people for tint when we're not busy or when we are busy. And like I want to add it on to the services. And I want to get that department all set and ready to roll.
Yeah. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for tinting, man.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Can't
It's
wait.
a good add-on service. It's also, it's what we kind of preach is about branching out. So like in our business, we sell car mats, we sell paint pens, we have products. We're not just detailing. I mean, we got fabric repair, paintless dent repair. The next thing that I want to do is expand our services that we're doing in-house because we can do them. Especially with the episode with Paulo, it really opened my eyes how I want to diversify what we're doing in case something tanks. So I want to make sure that we're doing all these different services so that I can, let's say ceramic coating really dumps for whatever reason with tariffs or whatever, I know we can still tint old cars.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
I got
I
more
want to
friends.
ask you a question.
Yeah.
It would have been a good question to ask with Paula, but unfortunately I got sick. But
You got
do
fired.
you, for the day, I guess, until I have to edit it anyway, let's say you add all those services. I don't know. I forget what Paulo has all of them, but let's say you get to do all those services. Do you think at some point you would get tired of adding stuff, or you think
Oh
it would get
yeah.
too confusing, or you think it would be like an area where it's like when you hire a new employee, it's like, bro, it's gonna take me a month to train this guy.
Yeah, so you have to do it smart, right? So it's
Mhm.
not me doing all the services.
No, for sure. But I'm saying
It's
like your
there is
employees,
a point.
you think like it would affect how like your like it's like your employees are working on interior detail, they ripped the seat, now they're spending 4 hours on the seat.
Yeah.
Do you
There
think it
is
would
a
be?
point where it doesn't make sense to do
Mhm.
certain things. So by looking at but there's also a time it's also you can limit what you're doing. So like
Sure.
if I only want to do steering wheels for leather repair, that's all we do.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like I mean you can kind of pick and choose what
Uh-huh.
services you want and what you want to do. Do I want to reupholster a whole seat? No. It's the same thing like do I want a minivan? No, I don't want a minivan. So it's about like looking at
Yeah.
services and how I'm doing it is pretty much incentivizing my employees to want to learn more. So by and this is how I look at it is it makes them more money
Mhm.
because that's what I want. I want my employees making $40 an hour. Like I want to be that detail shop that like people look at and they're like, how does he pay those people? Like the I want to be where I'm paying my employees the most amount of money in the whole city. And I already am. But I want to be where
Yeah.
I'm paying like an astronomical amount. Like
Like
I literally
engineering,
want
bro.
huh?
Engineering pricing.
Yeah, yeah, but like I want it
Literally.
to be like that where people look like you could pay this amount as a detailer and like, yeah, I want to literally that's what I want my business to be. And it sounds stupid. Like you don't hear other business owners like, oh, I can't wait to pay my employees the most amount of money I can pay them. But it's true. I want to be able to give them the skills where they can make that. And I
Yeah.
want to be like a regular thing. So by me starting this with Tint and incentivizing an employee, like I want to do things that other places aren't. So I have ideas. I'm not going to say them. I talked to you about it that I want to be very exciting to get into all these different skills we do. So every time you do this service, you get paid X amounts. I want to do because that's where I'm kind of going. It's hourly and commission. So for these like kind of harder skills or that you need to go to training or you need to learn, I'm offering commission and hourly. And people are gonna be like, that is stupid. Why I'm doing that is because number one, it keeps them here because they're getting if they're getting commission an hourly, they're not going to get that anywhere else. The other thing is they're getting a guaranteed amount of money a week, and the rest is bonus.
Mhm.
So now where that puts my pressure on me is I need to get the jobs in the door so they're happy. Where it relieves pressure from me is they're already getting that hourly amount that's guaranteed to them. So it's really not a bad thing. If anything, it's gravy on the cake, or I guess gravy on the mashed
Whoa,
potatoes
what?
or icing on the cake. If anything, it's icing on the cake that they're getting all these commission jobs. I'm not firing on all cylinders today, sorry. Um,
I was like, wait, what? I thought it was normal for a second. I was like,
no,
wait,
no, no, no,
no.
no, no.
That's
But by
hilarious.
doing that is sure people are gonna be like, oh, well, it kind of isn't that kind of against the whole episode is making your business profitable. But it really is the opposite because now my employees are now going to go every single person they know and say, hey, you need window tinting, come in because
It's
they're getting
long-term
extra money
success,
for it.
bro. Long-term success.
Yeah.
You don't want to make your money all in 2 months, 3 months, 3 years, 2 years. You want to be, 10, 15 years, bro. You want to be that guy who's like, bro, you know that guy on Walker? Yeah, he's been there since like he had orange hair.
Yeah. Now it's gray 2 years from now.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
no, but it's like I don't know. I that's what I like. Kind of put my mentality is like, okay, I might eat it. I might eat it. I might give a free glass coating. I might give a free wash, whatever it might be. Chances are that customer is going to remember that free glass coating on their $1,500 bill. They're going to remember that free wash on their $300 interior, whatever. And then if they keep coming back because I gave them one car wash for the next 5 years, bro, you think I really care about the $120 or $180 I lost in the freaking glass coating? That it's like,
Okay. The best thing I heard, and this is where it's brilliant. I heard it was either on a podcast or a clip. It was on Instagram. Is your average price per customer is about $100. So your average price to get a
to get them
customer in the
in.
door,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and buying $100. Where businesses screw up is they only market to new people.
Yes.
If you market to existing customers and they come in twice now it's only $50. If they come in 3 times, it's 25 or whatever, 33 or
33, yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah. 4 times, it keeps going down and down. So the more that you can have that existing customer come in, the more money you're making. Pretty much, the more money you're making off of your per customer budget.
Yeah, and they already know you. They're gonna be easy to deal with. It's like it takes all the stress out, bro. Like when I hear of a customer that I already have their contact information, and I already see job completed, whatever, and I like talking to them, like, dude, I miss this guy, man. Like I can't wait for him to come in. You know,
Well, they don't
it's
have questions. They're just
exactly
like, hey, I'm
they
bringing my
trust
car
you.
in. Right. They don't even ask for pricing. Like, I'm bringing my car in. I know you straight coated it. Let's do an interior. Like, do you want the pricing? No, it's good. I'm like, okay, that's easy. Book it. Okay,
I
great.
think the happiest I've ever been was when repeat customer, he wanted to polish his paint and then get a ceramic. And I asked him, I said, it was a black BMW. It was swirled, like toasted, bro. So I'm asking him, I said, do you want a 1-step? Do you want a 2-step? I could show you the difference. He says, charge me whatever, and I trust you. Like, really? Wait, what? Like, I'm like, you don't want me to send you photos? Like, no, I trust you. He's like, just let me know how much it is. I'm like, okay. Can I do the 2-step, charge him for the 2-step? Yes. Can I do a 1-step and charge him for a 1-step? Sure. I kind of I fell right in between. I was like, I'm gonna charge it for a 1-step. I'm gonna do a 1.5 because it's an older car. He doesn't wash it like full on hand bucket soap, whatever. I was like, so Darko taught me this. I use the fine cut system, like that Evo car one, where it's like 3 drops of fine cut and 1 drop of heavy cut. So I was doing that, and it was turning out amazing. He comes in and he goes, "Did you do a 2-step? It looks amazing." I go, "No, I pulled a few strings for you, but I'm charging you for a 1-step." He goes, "What?" He's like, well, "You did a what?" I was like, 1.5 step. he goes, "You're crazy, man. I know I could trust you." He's like, "Okay." He pays for the detail, whatever, tips extra, whatever, and then he goes, I want to book my mom's car, my dad's car, and my sister's car, all for interiors in 1 year. I was like, okay. So he booked them out like sporadically, whatever. And I'm like, just as of like this one dude, you made blah blah blah, whatever it might have been, right? All that money. And it's like, you sit there and you think, you're like, okay, bro, like there's actually a cheat code to this.
The cheat code. So yeah, that's being a good business person. The cheat code is following up with all of them.
Yes.
So you got 4 cars from them this year. What about next year? Are those
we
all
get
4?
5.
Right. But
We get the wife's car too.
But wait, how are you doing that?
You're able. The long-term message thingy.
Okay. So when he gets 4 of those messages in May and you annoy him because he's getting 4 different car messages.
I don't care.
Go
back in.
Okay.
Don't be happy to hear it.
Okay. You're going to get to a point where you're doing so many cars that you're going to be moving them from your able to high level.
Yes.
Because now I'm contacting them once. I also can make it where if they have multiple cars, I can then put a task in my calendar in whatever X amount of time to reach out to them personally and call them. Because that guy, that's the guy you want to call.
Oh.
That's the guy you want to give a gift card to at Christmas. So these customers that are really good and you're like, wow, like he just dropped like X amount of dollars and he was great, like a great experience, put a note on his account, flag him. You want to make sure you remember his name. I have a spreadsheet where it's customers that I give gifts to at the end of the year. So I have one customer, Reg. He literally likes all my Facebook posts, comments on them all, sends people to me. One of my best customers. And in terms of the amount of money he spends, no. He is such a supporter of our company that it is ridiculous. Like he's telling everybody, he's commenting on the posts. He'll text me randomly. So I like the car he just worked on. Like, great guy.
That's amazing, yeah.
Great guy. Yeah. He then goes to other businesses like that are my friends, and he'll see my car. He goes, "Oh yeah, I'm dealing with you because you know Andrew."
Oh, yeah.
Literally, yes. So every year I get him a nice gift card to his favorite restaurant, always, and it's not a cheap place. I don't care. Because he does so much for my business. And it's also, he makes me so happy. Like, we're literally friends. Like, we're literally friends. Like, if he called me up randomly and was like, hey, this happened, could you help me move into my house? I would help him move into his house. Like, he's that, like, we're on that level where if you ever needed something and called me randomly, goes, I know this is weird. I know you detail my cars, but like, could you do this? I would do it. Like,
You're the
it's literally
homeboy
that.
now, bro.
No, but it's not even like that. But it's just he supports us so much. He's
Okay.
literally like family a little bit. So
Yeah.
I have customers that are like that. So write all their names down. Then at the end of the year, figure out what you're going to do. I like giving gift cards. Doesn't have to be to us. I do that too. So like if it's a customer that comes to us, they said, you know what, this, that, and the other. I'll say, yeah, here's a $50 gift card to our business. You know, when you come back next, Merry Christmas. I appreciate all the support you've given us this year. I'll see you soon. They'll be like, yeah, I'll be back soon. This is the point where you're going to screw it up. Springtime comes. You put a task when you send that gift card in the winter. Send a reminder in April. Reach out to them saying, hey, know you have that $50 gift card. Do you want to do a service now and spend it? They're like, yeah, I got $50 off. It's nice out. So now they're spent, right. So now they're saving $50. Your prices went up anyway, so it doesn't matter. You send it after, not being scammy, but maybe they didn't. But or what I'll do is saying, listen, my prices are going up in May. I got you that $50 off. Spend it now because you're gonna save more money. And you're honest. Like you're like, I don't post my prices go up. I'm not that person. Like save, but like what I will do is I'll just message like the OG customers like, yo, like put your car in like right now. Like you want it in now to save because I'm raising my price to have to. He's like, yeah, whatever, do it because they're gonna come anyway. So now what you just developed was a way to replicate that customer that just brought $1,000 to you next year. And then you're going to find another customer that brings $1,000 because you're just going to naturally again. So then you're going to keep building these. So like when you're like Andrew's customer is like a family, like they do whatever you want. It's because I reach out to them.
Yeah.
It's because I do stuff like that. It's because I'm looking at how am I going to make this net so freaking big I can drag the whole town of people into my shop one way or another.
Yeah.
Because like even we talked about, I'm working on a system right now that reaches out to customers that calls us. So instead of like, you know, I follow people that are doing online quotes, we talk about all the time. I'm doing one for phone calls. So like if it's quite like good cars that are calling for any service, I literally just click in my system because they call through it. I click a little link, it adds them to a follow-up reminder. So then, because I looked, I'm like, I'm losing a ton of money by not following up these customers that are calling me.
Follow-ups, bro, they're actually like crazy. Like when I never used to do them, and when you started to tell me to do them, honestly, it's like, why did I never think it like that?
So, but this is why, because you think it's harassing them.
Yeah, I honestly did.
Yeah,
and first one I said, I remember I was shaking. I was like, bro, like, I don't want to tell them.
It's so invasive. Now, and there's a line, like I'm not spamming people.
No.
Like I'm literally making it so like I'll send them maybe 3 messages over like 4 days. If I don't hear back from them, just exit off. But it's true. Like I have one right now. I showed you today. Sends them a thing for ceramic coating. I called him, put him into like a left message category. So it says, hey, we left a message. Didn't reply. Didn't do nothing. Text and email. Nothing. Next day, text and emailed him again. Oh, I'm so sorry, Andrew. I've been so busy. Whatever. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Okay. I didn't do any of that though. But still, some people take 3 times to freaking talk to. I don't understand. Like they're busy, but they do. The same with the long-term reminders. Like we're nailing it on the head like crazy. And what I'm doing with now, since we're doing online booking, is with my follow-ups, I'm like, you can either text me back or just click this link and book it.
Oh.
Because what that's doing is, let's say you get an interior quote with me and you call 5 other places, and most time they'll go with nobody because they just say, oh, whatever, I forgot, got busy.
Yeah.
That's an impulsive type service. But then if you like the next day, you get a text from my business saying, hey, it was great talking to you. I know we talked only for like 4 minutes. But yeah, I really want to work on your 2019 F-150. You can either text me back to book an appointment, or just click this link and you're all set. So just click on the link, book it online, pay the deposit. I get a request. I go, okay, yeah, booked. As long as it goes through.
Yeah.
Not like that other person. But as long as it goes through, you're done. I'm eliminating that pain of them calling me again. It's like, oh, you want to do it when you're on nights at 4:30 in the morning? I don't care. Book it.
Yeah.
You're done. You know, you're in there.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So to kind of get back on profitability is you want to have a spreadsheet. No, but it is all about profit. Is how do you make the most amount of money? you want a spreadsheet to nail your how much you need to pay. And then
Yeah.
what that can do is it will tell you how much you can spend. So like in my brain, sure, do I have like numbers that I know
Sure.
how much roughly I pay and I know how much I need to make. So when I look at my books, I'm like, okay, great. But it's also you're gonna get to a point when you're expanding, you gotta take debt on. You're
Sure.
just going to. I mean, it just happens. When you take that debt on, even if it's credit card debt, if it's a line of credit, whatever to expand, right? You're going to need to know how much you can then put on the debt to pay it off. So, like, let's say you owe $20,000. Whatever.
Yeah.
You move, you put a drain in, you put a sign in. It doesn't take long to spend $20,000 on a commercial project. Trust me, I've spent it.
So,
We'll talk about how much I've spent. Like, it's ridiculous. But also look at how much I've built and grown over the years being there. So like that's what I really look at. If people ask me like, oh, like they'll be like, how much does your business grow, like increase a month, like a month over month? I'm like, oh, last month was 40%. Like what? Like, right, it's a rocket. Like I'm literally shooting it right to the moon. So what that's doing is you got to know how much money you can still throw on the fire to make that number go up. But you also need to know how much you're paying debt off. You don't just want to keep getting more and more and more debt, and you're swimming in debt.
Yeah.
You want it to be where you're paying everybody off evenly. So like let's say the government, you want to obviously pay them because they get mad at you if you don't. You want to pay off your credit cards. If you have a lot of credit cards, ideally you don't, but if you do, sometimes it happens. Pay them off. You know, like try your best, pay them off. Then I always pay off like all my expenses first, and then I pay off all the debt second. So let's say my wage, my employees' wages, my rent, all my monthly expenses that need to be paid, those are paid. Then I say, okay, let's say I have 5,000 left over. Okay, I'm going to keep some of this for next month just in case, and then I'm going to normally, I'll split in half or whatever. Okay, 2,500 goes on all the debt. I'll even out the debt. It's like I'll throw 500 here, or if it's one of those things where I'm looking and I'm like, okay, this like let's say there's $1,000 left on this card, I'll throw most of it on that card. Okay, so we eliminate the one card, done, boom. Then I only got two, so it's kind of like you're dispersing it. That's where the spreadsheet comes in, because then I can look and I can strategically say, I'm going to put my dollars here or there or this, and this is what they're doing. So then I can, I can look at it, and then you don't forget things.
Mm-hmm.
Average ticket prices. It's very simple. Increase your average ticket price. And that could be by doing more profitable services. Obviously, the more profitable services you have, that's going to increase how much you're making an hour, how much your business needs to charge an hour. So like for me, it's always at least $120 an hour we need to be making. Now, does that always happen? No. And there might be some jobs where you're making $500 an hour. So they even out. I do it by month. I don't do it by day. I used to do it by day, and it would stress me out because I'm like, I'm doing an interior. I'm getting paid $300. Took 4 hours. I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Like I'm way under. Right. So you look and you're like, what the? But then I didn't look at, now I have a ceramic that is making $2,000 and they're done it in 4 hours. So it evens out. In the long run, as long as you're making what you're supposed to be making an hour at the end of the month, you're good.
And charging what you're supposed to be charging.
Yes.
Not just always discount. I mean, discounts are good. Like, spring sale, whatever it might be, but like all the time, just because someone asks, like, oh, $25 off. Like, I mean, $25. I mean, $25 is $25. You could use it towards something. You also devalue yourself that way. So it's like, I realized every time I've ever given one customer a discount, if they refer someone, they want the same discount. It's like, bro, what did I sign up for? So I just stopped. Unless I'm doing an actual sale for everybody else, I just stopped. Like, it was like done. If someone really wants like if they're spending paint coating, glass coating, rim, whatever, and they want like a free interior mini like cleanup or like power washer floor. Like I've had a lot of people with brand new cars. They go, can you just like quickly wipe down the center console? I spill some coffee and like just a driver's side floor mat. If you could just power wash it off. Like, hell yeah. Like you're spending that much money. It takes you 2 seconds to do that. Hell yeah. But it's like they're valuing your time because they're asking you. They're not saying, yeah, do it.
And they're already spending money with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're not calling you asking for it.
Yeah. And people are crazy.
What the spreadsheet does too, though, is it also makes you look at, because you can go deep. Like my spreadsheet's deep is how much money does this service tend to make an hour? So you look and you're like, this service we should not even be doing.
Hmm.
Like I have
Yeah.
services or used to that I was bleeding because like we're making X amount of dollars. We hate this service. Like, why are we offering it? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, let's say detailing vans. Why are we offering it? It's not that we shouldn't, but why? So what you do is you don't say you don't do it. You price it accordingly. So what I do, raise our price accordingly. Do we get many vans? No.
No.
And the ones we do get, they're super clean because either existing customers that I will give them a deal or whatever because they're existing, and it's
Yeah.
honestly taking as much time as a sedan would.
Yeah.
We'll do that. But yeah, it's you price it accordingly. And like I had 3 calls for vans today, and they're like, "Wow, your prices are expensive." I go, "But you'll have the cleanest van in the city."
Yeah.
No, but I'm like, "You will." Like and I just say like, "Oh, we have good reviews." "Oh, I know you have good reviews, so I called." I go, "Okay, well, that's why."
Yeah.
Like, I provide a lot of value.
In vans, man. I haven't done one since the winter, and it's so thankful. I already know tomorrow I'm gonna get booked in a van, just because I said that. And
No,
never ending, bro.
but it's also right now they're at a price where I don't mind doing them.
Oh yeah.
Like when you're making X amount of dollars on a van, it's like, oh, like it doesn't hurt as bad. Like, yeah, I might take them all day, but I'm like, well, we're making extra decent money for an interior.
Yeah.
So, they're not happy. They hate it, obviously. But sometimes you got to do jobs that aren't the best.
Yeah. Well, we had to do a lot of those.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that's how you figure out how much hours or how much dollars you make per hour and pretty much how to be more profitable. I'm a big fan of add-on services. You all know that. I'm also a big fan of follow-ups. So pretty much how do I make the most amount of money from recurring customers? What the recurring customers do is they carry your business in the slow times. Like you said.
Oh yeah.
Most of my customers right now been here before. They're carrying your business when you're slow. And it's around Easter, no one wants to book their car. They're spending money on the holiday. They're worried about their family. They're all this stuff. It's always like this. Then what the repeat customers do is you're just like, oh, it's so easy. You're stress free. Here's the difference. You're dealing with customers that they literally throw the keys, and go, hey buddy, see you at 4.
Yeah.
Versus the customer that's stressed out because their family yelling at you because there's a water droplet mark on his car. Like this nonsense. And you're like, why am I even detailing? Like, honestly, why are we even open today? So what you just learned is a cheat code to business that in your stressful times, deal with your recurring customers that are good. And what that does is you still make some money. It's not as much money as if you had both faucets kind of going in, but you're still making some. So I shut off a lot of the newer customers. Like, so right now when it's stressful, like, because most of them they cancel or they do stuff. So I kind of will just kind of book them next week. And then the recurring ones, I'm like, yeah, like I had a guy literally text me up. And he's like, can you do my car Saturday? This guy's been a customer of mine forever. Good guy. Has my personal phone number. Like literally just texts me my personal phone because he doesn't understand the difference, which is a whole other stuff. But he texts me my personal phone. Yeah, can you work? I'm like, I'm closed Saturday. I can do it tomorrow though. Oh, yeah. Can I drop it off tonight? Yeah. He's been coming forever. So like I know his car is relatively clean.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, we'll work on it tomorrow, dude. Like whatever. I'll get you in. He's ecstatic. He's like, whoa, you got me in fast. I'm like, really? But like I wasn't too busy tomorrow anyway. So like I'm like, for you, yeah, I'll do it. For a random person, no, I don't want to book you in like next day. But repeat.
I learned that, dude, I take the L on a lot this year. Some people, you tell me this now too, is people who want it done quick. You know how you say fix it jobs or whatever? Like, like I had a guy call me today. He's like, I really need it done by tomorrow at noon. I'm like, I have a full schedule. He's like, you can't do anything. I was like, I can't touch it, bro. Like, he's like, what if I drop it off overnight at 4 o'clock? He's like, I close at 5. So the hour that I work on it and you pick it up tomorrow at noon, it's going to look like I only worked on it for an hour. I said, I can't touch it. I have no time. I have a full booked out schedule. He's like, bro, I need it done fast. Please, can you work on it at night? I'll pay over. Literally, actually, we were talking about that today.
Yeah.
He's like, can you work on it a little bit later? I was like, no. And he goes, okay. I'm like, I just referred him to that place down the street from you. And he never called me back. So thank God. I was like, dude, I do not want to do this.
The other thing I tell people is when they say, oh, can you stay late at night? I go, no, my employees have families I want them to see for dinner.
Yeah.
and they go quiet because they're like, oh, because like that's how they feel. Like they just think they're not asking because they're being rude. But when you say that, when you say like, no, I want my employees to see their families. We're a company that I very much value family, and I want them
Sure.
to as well.
Yeah.
They go quiet. They're like, oh, well, that's actually kind of good you do that. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, it is. I go, but I can book you in next week, and we'll gladly work on your car next week.
Yeah.
And if they do it, great. Like I had a guy today, he wanted to book it for Friday. I'm like, I'm closed, dude. Like it's a holiday. He's like, oh, well, I'm leaving on Saturday. I go, well, I can't work on it. He goes, what about Saturday? I'm like, I can't work on it. Like I can't. I go, what about next week? He goes, oh, I guess, yeah, let's do Thursday or whatever. Like I give him, like he gave me a date. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, Friday or whatever. I'm like, okay, we'll take a deposit. Because you don't trust, like, you don't trust them, right? But so yeah, I'm like, whatever.
Also, another question I thought about midway through
Yep.
the podcast and just kept it to the end. Products. So we were talking about the discounts or like group vendor thingies.
Yes.
Do you think, or at any point, I guess I should ask, at any point, do you start adding new products? Do you just kind of keep it what it works, or do you cut down?
Both. Because I
Both?
mean, you got to do. There's always new products.
Yeah. I'm saying like every year, like let's say from the transition to spring to summer, from the transition to some summer
No,
to fall.
it's
No,
not like that. No,
no.
I try and find a line that works well.
Hmm.
Like we use DIY and OP is what we
Yeah.
mostly use. There's some other products that we tend to like. They're staples. This is how we do it. So now that I have employees, it's a little different. I have some that my employees, like let's say Nick, he really wanted to try something from Sonax, and he's like, "Listen, like I'll buy it myself. I want to try it." I'm like, "Dude, like I'll buy you the Sonax bottle. Like it's whatever." I go, "If you love it, we'll use it." Like it's not a, but they vote. So like
Yeah.
for example, and I'll involve them in it. Like I'll look and I'll say, okay, owner's pride. Let's say for rinseless, is this amount of dollars per ounce? This is it from DIY. So per ounce of like how much water we're making. So let's say they'd say it's $5. So then they'll literally have a small bottle of one, small bottle of the other. They'll try it. First put it on a car. They're like, okay, so we like this one. I'm like, okay, I go smell them. They smell it. One didn't like it, the other one did. Like, okay, so this one saves the company $5 for a gallon. So really not much. Like, okay, but you don't like the smell of it. No, but you like the performance. Well, the performance is pretty much the same. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? They'll vote. All right, we're keeping what we got.
Yeah.
And then that's how I kind of do it. It is kind of just when a product comes up, or if we have a problem, then I'll look into a product. So, for example, we were getting a lot of GM black cars. What we had, the polish we had, wasn't finishing it to the level I wanted. So we got Sonax Perfect Finish. It finishes it down to the level that I want. And yeah, some people argue like there's fillers in it, there's this, there's that. It's still, in my opinion, for a GM black car, Sonax Perfect Finish is what you use. And for anything, any problematic car, that's what we use. Do I check it out every year? No. What I honestly do is most of this stuff I do in the winter.
Yeah.
When I got time, I'll pull the whole shelf down. We'll do inventory and we'll kind of go through like what don't we use? We'll put it in a pile. Okay, well, when do we use it? If it's something where we're not using it at all in a year, throw it out. If it's something where we need it, like if it's, let's say, like right now we have lacquer thinner. We don't use lacquer thinner that often, but we use it to get touch-up paint off cars. So someone, you go to a dealership, or lacquer thinner, or we use paint blender, and you go to a dealership and they like just blob on the touch-up paint. And it's like a mess, and like you've seen it. We have a paint blender where you put it into a microfiber towel, wipe it, and it takes the paint off, so we can retouch it up nicely.
Yeah.
So do we use it that often? No. It's like road paint remover. Do we use it that often? No.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when we do need it, it's nice to have it.
Yeah.
So that's where we kind of have different piles. So yeah, I don't evaluate products. I don't stay with a product line. If one comes out that's better and we test it and we really like it, we'll change. But it has to make sense for profitability, and we have to like it. It has to work.
Yeah. Because I've seen a lot of people like they'll ask me like, especially new detailers. I feel like this is a big thing, and I've also there's some people who've been longer than me. They ask me like, "Oh, what do you use? I'm looking to change," and I'm like, and I asked them, I was like, "Oh, does it work?" They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. They're just like, I'm looking for a change. I'm like, that's fine. Tell them my honest opinion on whatever they ask me, but I feel like that's where like it's like a huge like loss. Like it's like, dude, you wake up, you're like, okay, I want to buy all 5 interior cleaners. Now I have 5 interior cleaners, and I only use
It
one of them
is.
on my shelf. And it's
Those are the detailers that go bankrupt.
Yeah.
because they don't understand. Like I'm not about changing products. I will change products, but I'm
100%.
very hesitant about it. It's
Yeah.
like we'll test it. Like, and I have no problem. Like, I have no problem having a budget where it's literally like $500 a year. We just throw away on products to test. I have no problem doing that.
Sure, yeah.
But it's also they have to be stuff that makes sense. It's like let's say bio bombs. Never used them. We tested it, like them. We have them. Right, but like stuff like that. There needs to be room for innovation. There's always better stuff.
100%.
But I don't really like to change if I don't have to.
Yeah. I meant like you go on, let's say our place that we go, our supplier. You go on, you see something new. Okay, buy it.
I don't do that.
You don't do that, right? Yeah. Okay. I was gonna
I'll
say.
ask people. Normally, like I have enough contacts now where I'll ask, like, "Yo, like, what do you use?" And they'll be like, "I'll be like, have you ever used this?" And like, especially shops are on the same level as us. I'd be like, "No, like this expensive. Like it's this. This is the problem." Like, okay. Or you'll kind of just see in some of the groups sometimes people or
Yeah.
YouTube videos, and it'll kind of give you an idea. And then most of the time, you can buy a small bottle. Like if I'm buying, I'll test it with like a 16-ounce bottle. I'll throw it in their hands, like play with it, see what you think. It's like what we didn't used to have a tar remover. Now we're using I think it's CarPro Tar-X.
Tarex, yeah. I remember telling you about that.
Yeah, so we started using that. I'm like, this stuff's great. Now it's always on the shelf.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else?
That's it for now.
Okay. Well, there you go. Welcome. We're all set. 13th episode. Pretty much how to make profit, how to stay profitable, and how to keep doing your detailing business affordably. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. We're on all social media, Suds to Success Podcast. Our clips have actually been getting a lot of views on a lot of the social media platforms, which is awesome. Thanks, Paulo, for that. Website, suds2successpodcast.com. Have all of our information on there. You can ask questions, and we have discount links for You're Able, Go High Level, and Cintra, which is a great AI platform that we talk about. As always, have a great rest of your week. If you haven't, well, you're going to see us late. I was going to say have a good Easter or holiday weekend, and take care.
Happy holidays. Take care.
See you later.